everybody. How's everybody doing on this fine Tuesday morning? It's about 9 o'clock on Tuesday the 17th. And we're getting ready to continue on the Ghostbusters guitar. We're going to work on the neck today and allow the body to cure with the sandable primer paint. Alright, first step we're going to do is we're going to sand this really smooth and file all we need to and get that going, and we'll be right back. See you in a second. Alright, how's everybody doing? I got the body filler complete. It's looking cool. Nice and perfect. It looks pretty good. Alright, now I'll trace out the outline again, and I'm going to decide what I'm going to do as far as dremeling. I'm going to have it match the body, so I'm going to dremel the bits. And we'll see in a little bit. Alright, got it drawn out. Looks pretty cool. And I'll draw it. I'll compare it to the pictures that I originally posted, and I'm gonna install the tuning keys. And then on the back, it's gonna have the back. So, and then we'll figure out. And then I'll fine tune the drawing bit, and then I'll bevel it, and just like I did on the body. But let me get the tuning keys going, and we'll see in a bit. Alright, got 2 of the tuning keys installed, and we're getting there. Alright, we'll see in a little bit. Alright, tuning keys are fully installed, looking pretty cool. I might use a string tree or 2, it all depends. We'll see how the break angle when I string it goes. Alright, so now I'm going to take these off, and I think I'm going to redraw the eyes. Maybe the eyes and the mouth, maybe set them back just a hair to be more centered instead of more forward. I think that'll still look pretty cool. But let me go check that out, and I'll be right back. Alright, another quick update. I just redrew the face, made it more centered and a little bit smaller. It looks awesome. So yeah, it's going to work out good. Alright, now I'm going to take the tuning keys off, and I'm going to trace this stuff out with the X-Acto and then make an impression. Alright. I'll see you in a second. Alright, another quick update. I got the headstock finished. I did the Dremel and I did the indentation, and when I paint it all in, it'll look pretty sweet. Alright. Now the next step is going to be to do all the fret work. I'm going to level crown and polish the frets, do the fret ends and all that good stuff, and then we'll be ready for paint. So we're ready for paint on the body. I'm going to let it cure for another day, and then while I do the fretwork on this guitar. Alright, so we'll see you next step. Hey, a quick update. Okay, just to catch up, we did the indentation and everything was good. And what I decided I'm going to do on this one, I'm going to do some layers of wood filler. And I want to give the effect, because I did it to the body on the Ghostbusters part, the ghost part. I'm gonna use the wood grain filler. I'm gonna mix up my water thickness, and I'm gonna make it contoured. I'm gonna contour and then when I sand it, it's gonna look puffy just like a ghost. And then when the paints, it's gonna stand out and be puffy just like a ghost, the front and the back. So I'm gonna do the white ghost part and then the head part, and then leave the banner part for the Stay Puft just the same. And so it should look pretty cool. So let me start doing that, and I'm going to do multiple layers of that, and I'll see you next step. Alright, we'll see you in a bit. Alright, got me a batch of decently thicker than normal, and I'm going to start applying layers here to give it a puffy appearance. And I'm going to try to spare it around the tuning keys so it'll look like the tuning keys are actually coming out. So, alright, we'll see you in a sec. Alright, just a quick update. A few layers of wood filler. Got my wood filler. It's still very wet, so I'm gonna let this dry and keep building up layers, and then I'll go to sand it, and hopefully it'll have the puffy look that I'm looking for. But yeah, it's looking pretty cool. And I'll do the back the same way. Okay, we'll see in a little bit after a few layers and after it dries for a while. Just a brief update. This paint's not the permanent paint. This is just me messing around. I still got to sand it and spray the full white coat and everything like that. This will all be covered up, but I just wanted to see how it looked. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, I might not do the predominant white on the black on the lines around the eyes, but we'll see. But yeah, see how I did that? Stay puffed with Just wanted to see how it looks just from a distance. It's going to be really cool when it's these bits are going to be black and then red and then white, and then it's going to be blue behind the Stay Puffs, and the Stay Puffs going to be white. So yeah. Alright, we'll see you. That'll be it for today. Stanley Cup Finals, round 2, Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Florida Panthers. So that starts here in about 10-15 minutes. So we're going to go watch that and let this dry and cure. And we'll talk to you soon. Alright, bye. Hey, how's everybody doing? Okay, time to continue work on the Ghostbusters guitar. Beautiful day out here in Central Florida. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I've had the primer coats, white sandable primer coats, curing for about 2 days or so. So let me go ahead and sand and get it looking pretty good, and then we'll see if we can be ready for some white coats today. Some white base coats. I'm going to try to paint just the ghost bits today. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to do some sanding, and I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, it's a quick update. Just spent the last couple hours sanding. Everything's smooth, and it is looking good. Just wanted to show you. Can apply some white base coats, some gloss white on the ghost parts, the white parts, and I'm sure someone's going to overspray on the red. But then when this fully cures in a few days, then I'll tape it off. Well, actually, I'll probably wait about a week, and then I'll tape it off real good, and then we'll spray all the red bits. But yeah, I'm going to show you how it looks prior to the white coats going on the white bits. I just finished spraying sanding all the primer coats. Yeah, it's a little cloudy out, but it shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. So fingers crossed this goes well. It shouldn't be that big a deal. I just need to coat all the parts. I could always use a brush and, you know, dabble the paint on the brush part. You know, parts that I can't reach. But okay, there you go. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. Alright, just a quick update. All the white bits have been, all the ghost parts have been painted, and it looks pretty good. It turned out really well. See if you can see the sheen. Yeah, it looks good. So I'll let this cure for several days, and then the tricky part of actually taping it off. You know, look at that. The ghost parts are nice and shiny. And oh yeah, that texture turned out good, didn't it? Wow, that looks cool. Gives it almost a 3D appearance, especially with the shine. Wow. Yeah, that turned out good. Yeah, I'm liking that. That's awesome. All right, let me go set this in the house and let this cure. Wow. I tell you, with the shine, it really kind of shows the work I put into layering the wood filler and having it contoured like that. Wow, that does look cool. Alright, it went successful. No paint reactions, no funny. Get some shine, yeah. All the shine on the paint. Looks good. Yeah, they didn't paint all the red parts, obviously, because there's no point to. And it lessens the possibility of any kind of reaction when I do get to go to the red paint. And then I'll fill in all the black parts as well. So yeah, turned out pretty cool. Alright, this concludes today's, and then I'll work on the next one more tomorrow and get that all squared away and hopefully paint that too. Do the fretwork and everything, whatnot. Might have to do a little touch up in that little crevice there, but alright, and we will see everybody soon. Everybody has a good night, and last alright, we'll see y'all later. Alright, it's time to level, crown, and polish the frets. I just wanted to show you an update really quick on the headstock. I did sand it, like I had said before. Last time you seen it had the ugly wood phase, like the back here. The back has the ugly wood phase. But I'll sand that too. But yeah, that's looking pretty good. Like I said before, the paint on here is completely temporary because I'm going to paint over it. I'm going to paint it all white. And I'm probably not going to do the pronounced black around the eyes and the eyebrows. I might just, like, you know, maybe gray or something just to accentuate it, maybe a little bit around the eyes, but definitely the eyes and the mouth are going to be black. But all right, so I'm going to tape this off, do the polish crown and level crown and polish the frets and the fret ends, get all my tools and everything like that. I've done this on many videos. If you want to see the process, I explain it more in depth, you can see that. But I'll see you on the other side. Let me just knock this out. It'll probably take about 2-3 hours or so, and we'll see you in a bit. Alright, all the frets have been leveled, crowned, and polished. All the fret ends have been rounded, and the frets are feeling good, looking good. Awesome. Okay, and I sanded the front and the back. Let me show you that. Pretty cool. I think once the white paint goes over. Okay, so now let me tape this up and apply some white paint. And then this way it can hang on the hanger. I got a couple things I want to ask anybody that has any interest or is even following, if anybody's even paying attention to these things that I'm putting on the internet. And if there are one or two of you out there, maybe you can help. I was thinking about putting Ghostbusters on the fretboard. I do believe there's 21 frets. Let's see, 12, 15, 17, 19, 20. Actually 20 frets. Okay, so I was thinking either Ghostbusters centered in the Ghostbuster font, or in parentheses, who you gonna call, in parentheses, end quote. Who you gonna call. And there's that. I can do either or. I don't know which one would be cooler. I like the who you gonna call. It kind of says it without saying it. Ghostbusters. And then another thing too is I can actually put. They have neon green strings, and I can put neon green strings on this guitar, and it would accent as far as the slime factor. It would add the slime factor to it. Not that Slimer, because we got Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and then we got the Ghostbuster at the body. Another thing I'm going to do too is, instead of putting string trees, because normally with the Strat style fret, there's no break angle on these necks with the Strat style nuts. And normally the way you do that is between the E and the B, or the G and the D, you put a string tree, and that brings down the break angle and then the angle over this nut here, and you won't have any string tuning stability issues. But what I decided I want to do on this is going to be white, blue, Stay Puft white, and then all the rest of it. And this little section here is going to be black. Same thing on the back. This little section is going to be black. This is going to be blue, white, white. Oh, and the red for the tassel. Tassel is going to be red, and the red for the tongue. But this part's going to be black. So the way I'm going to solve that problem is I'm going to put a guide, like something you would see. It's just a metal bar that stretches from one side to the other, and it's going to be black, so it's going to blend in, and it has 2 screws, and it's going to be low, and it's going to make the break angle. And I can actually put slots in that piece of metal. It's just a round piece of metal. I don't know what they're called. Let me show you an example. On the Mr. Scary guitar, the ESP Mr. Scary guitar, there's one there. It's a double locking tuning system, but as you can see, there's no break angle, because normally on a guitar like that, like the Kurt Hammett, the break angle is like a Gibson. On this particular guitar, it's straight like a Fender break angle, so that's why they included that. And you can, I don't know if the light's going to see it or not, but there's a bar, and I have one of those, and they placed it there just to have no string stability. It's Mr. Scary guitar, right? But so I'm going to do that for that. So that's going to work there. And then once I, get all that, I'll treat the fretboard, and then we'll be nice and hydrated. But there's those 2 things. Should I go with the green strings? I can go with standard strings too. Oh, another thing too is that on that piece of metal, I can slot it. So when it comes off the nut, it's going to go here, and then it's going to go all different directions as far as the strings go. So, you know what I mean, as far as coming off from the nut itself and having it. It's going to come out another inch beyond, and then it'll split. So, anyway, alright, we're going to tape it up, and we're going to put some base coats of white over it. and we'll give it a shot, and we'll see you in a sec. And if anybody has any suggestions for us to string and what I should put on the frets, I could also leave it blank too. There's those three options. Who are you going to call, Ghostbusters or leave it blank? Alright, we'll see y'all in a sec. Thanks so much. Alright, good morning everybody. Happy Thursday. I think today's the 18th, 19th. And we are ready to put some base coats on the headstock. I sanded it the way I like it. See how it's got that marshmallow texture, ghost texture. And I taped off and I got on the hanger. And I'm going to use some Rust-Oleum gloss white with primer. And we'll see after I get a couple coats. Alright, see you in a sec. Alright, got the first coat on there. Looking pretty killer. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, and I'll, I mean, this, this doesn't have to be absolutely 100% perfect. I mean, it is Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. It's not. So I'm going to go through with the wood tool and make sure that all the, if there's any like knots that are hiding in the little crevices or whatever, knock them down. But yeah, I'll probably put about 3 more coats on there just to get it nice and coated. But alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, got about 2 coats on there. Looking pretty good. Once I do the color and everything like that, it'll look pretty sweet. Yeah, I'll probably do 1 more coat and then let this cure for a week before I add the other colors. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. And after that 1 coat, then I'll take off all the tape and everything. So alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Looking cool. Mr. Stay Puft is starting to be puffy. Alright, another quick update. The white base coat are completed and it looks pretty cool. Yeah, there's parts that I'm painting black, like these parts right here at the end. And then on the top, that little bit that connects with the truss rod cover plate, that'll be black. And then the eyes and the mouth. And then red for the tongue. And then red for the tassel. And then blue behind Stay Puft. And then I'll touch up the white above. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So let me go set this on the hanger. Looks pretty cool. Let's see if I get the light. Yeah. That's pretty awesome. Mr. Stay Puft is white and ready to go. Okay. And then while this cures, the body's curing, I'm gonna start working on the Ninja Warrior guitar. And then I gotta figure out, once this starts to cure, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do on the frets. So either I'm gonna do I Ain't Afraid of No Ghost, or Who You Gonna Call, rather, and then Ghostbusters. I Ain't Afraid of No Ghost, that's too long. Who You Gonna Call, or Ghostbusters on the frets. So we'll see you in a little bit. Alright.